Right, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, myself, Chair, and also, of course, Vendetta. Yeah, let's get it on. Ven, it's the second best of three. It's NaVi versus ESC.
Yeah, NaVi versus ESC. Looking forward to it. Actually, it's been so long since we've seen NaVi play, or it's such a big gap of time every time we see NaVi plays. It feels like. So it's always fun to see them play, and ESC coming out of DreamHack winner with a pretty respectable showing. So this should be a good game.
It should definitely be a good game. And just to go through the lineups, and also because I've been practicing my Polish pronunciations, we should definitely do that. On the NaVi side, it's Guardian, Zeus, Starik, Seized, and Edward. Well-known names. And maybe even faces if you've been following and keeping up a little bit. On the ESC side, it's Innocent, Mouse, Rallen, and then it's Minis and Sparrow. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I've really been practicing, guys, because there was a really cool guy on HLTV who actually created like a thread that said how to pronounce some of these Polish names. So I've been practicing. I'll try and see if I can do it. So give me some feedback if I'm doing it right or not, because, my Polish is not that good. I think kurwa is all I can really recognize. So I'll do my best, I promise. In the meantime, no, we did not get Semler back. Semler still not here, but that's fair enough. We can actually, I think, take a look at what's coming up in some of the upcoming weeks. That's next week, guys, where you can see some of the teams that will be playing. It's still Wednesday and Thursday. It's the same time slot as we've been seeing so far. So don't forget about that either. Should be interesting. I think that's right, maybe it wasn't updated properly. Either way, we're now sort of headed into the game, so I will just switch it over. And are we really going to be on Overpass first? Is that true?
I have no idea how the map beta looks, so could very well be.
I'm going to have to check up on it, because I feel like we should know going into the game. It is going to be Cobblestone, Mirage, and Overpass. Wow, that's a lot more Cobblestone than we've seen recently, Ven. What do you make of that?
I'm not sure what to make of it, actually. I'm surprised anyone even wanted to touch that with a pogo stick. So, I guess ESC did have a good showing on Cobblestone at DreamHack. So maybe that's ESC's map pick. They figured it's a map NaVi probably doesn't play all that often, and that's how we ended up on it. That's the only thing I can see being a possibility. I can't really see NaVi playing it. That's the one thing I actually feel very confident in saying.
Yeah. No, I think you might be right. I think it should be ESC who's decided to do this. Especially as the second map is going to be Mirage, and we know... Well, actually, both ESC and NaVi are pretty damn good on Mirage. I think Mirage is probably one of ESC's strongest maps. But NaVi just happen to also be one of the best teams in the world at playing Mirage, so I'm not sure about that. And Overpass is also a map that NaVi actually have a lot of really cool tricks on, so... I would say ESC have to win this map, and even if they don't, I still think NaVi are heavily favored to win this, basically.
Yeah, I think it's hard to think of a scenario where NaVi isn't the favorite going into this, but I guess if you want to sway it in ESC's favor, or at least give them a bit more hope, is the fact that, well, in Overpass, they, for instance, beat Fnatic. Although that was back in October, so a lot of things has obviously happened since then, but anytime you can beat a team like Fnatic on a map, you're doing something right. So ESC definitely know how to play Overpass. And as for Cobble, they've had some good showings to beat Copenhagen Wolves in the EU qualifier for DreamHack winner. They did play LDLC on Cobblestone at DreamHack winner, which didn't go too well, but I think they could be alright on Cobblestone as well. And I think they're going to have the upper hand with, well, simply the fact that NaVi doesn't play Cobblestone. I think they have one game on record.
Yeah,
on Cobblestone.
but against who?
That was Dignitas.
And when?
Dignitas at DreamHack.
Exactly, bro.
But that was a bit of a...
Yeah,
I don't really know what to call that match, but...
Touch and go?
Dignitas making a pretty big judgment in their own judgment. Yeah,
yes.
Definitely. Well, we're going to find out. NaVi definitely the favorite team, but we have seen upsets before. We've also seen what happens to some teams when they end up playing Cobblestone and have never really done it much before. 3D Max being the obvious choice here against MyXMG. That was definitely a hard match for them. And we'll see if NaVi are more well prepared, or just if they can just rely on like pure aim skills here to bring them through. Either way, this is the ESL Pro League, and you're here at the ESL channel. I'm Anders with the Assembler, and of course Vendetta, and normally we comprise the Room on Fire crew as it is so far. So I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and don't forget to tell your friends, invite them in to watch this game, and remember that we will be back here again next week with the same days and same time slots as well. That's Wednesday and Thursday, so definitely tune in for that as well. It's down to a one-on-one knife fight. Probably does make a difference on this map because it should be a fairly CT-sided map. So Prody Guardian's going to be excited to win at the end.
Sorry, I was just laughing. I'm not sorry, but I was just laughing there because that was actually pretty slick by Guardian. But there you have it, Navi on the CT side. Perfect start for them. I mean, you want to get Guardian with that AWP pretty much as quickly as possible. I'm curious to see if Starks is going to pick it up as well. That could actually be pretty fun because Navi are going to want to aim to have 2 ops.
I think Cobble is definitely a map that lends itself to having 2 ops, for sure. And I don't even think your retakes are that hampered by having a lot of snipers either. I would probably be more leaning towards seeing. Alright, I think we're going to see them with 1 op on Guardian and perhaps an auto sniper on someone else.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of 2 ops. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I prefer that as well. I don't know why, but it feels to me like the double up setup is... It is good, but it's not as good as the map architecture would leave you to believe that maybe it would be. I do like this move from Edward pushing up this aggressively just to get some information. I mean, he's going to be able to walk out here and he will actually end up spotting a whole bunch of people, but even if he hadn't, this would still be good information for him to work off of. And he does a little bit of damage to Minis and then is going to fall back in towards the A-bomb side. Got to be careful he doesn't get picked off. He's so close to getting caught here. Minis just chasing him down and Edward trying to get back around the corner.
And he actually makes it out of there in one piece. Down to half HP, but still he's alive. That was important there by Edward. And now all of a sudden, well, Zeus is going to try and box them in, and it's not going to happen at all.
Oh,
a lot of backsteps are happening there.
Things are looking really good right here. Guardian dropping very low. He's finally going to come in with a shot, but it might have been too late. Starix has got 1 HE grenade. That's not enough to kill all the people in this bomb site. He's going to have to go for a couple of shots first, and Schwerer will take him down. So it's down to Starix, who was the last man standing. He died, and now ESC are off to a really good start here. That's it's a lot of junctions at which they could have lost that round, I think, but they managed to gun their way out.
Yeah, the Sue's backstab, I guess, or the Sue's attempted boxing them in was probably Navi's best shot, especially with Rollin being able to drop that into, I guess, the gauntlet room or the drop down room or drop zone, whatever you want to call it, unnoticed. That was actually a bit surprising that Navi actually left that completely unguarded.
I mean, drop down room it's a bit long, right? You know, but you could just call it tension. It's tension, man, because hey, it's on the wall.
We already have a name for it. Can't go up making new names. That'll be really confusing. Starix waiting down here, and he's going to get taken up by Rallin. Seized waiting inside with a handy P250 cartel in hand, and just waiting for someone to get close enough that you can maybe take them down. That's a good headshot on Minis, so but see if it's going to be quite enough. Nah, not to pick up a second kill.
No, it's not quite going to pan out for him. Guardian still has his scout, but he's actually pretty far away from the action right now. He's heading back into T-spawn of all places. So right now it seems like he's going to be in position to try and hold on to this gun more than anything. He's actually going up to the sniper spot. Okay then, if they try and hunt him here, this is going to be fun.
Guardian's definitely played public on Cobble before.
It's that one guy that you realize at one point, oh, there's no bomb.
He's never going to move.
And there's like the map timer in 1.6 public was, like 10 minutes anyway, so you had to find him.
You knew where he was, and you knew that it was never going to move, ever.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I love it. I just hope that somebody walks out into the open and they get a bit of a battle here. I don't think it's going to happen, though.
In.
Oh!
Terrorists win.
Yeah, Guardian is going to make it out alive.
Which is great news. I mean, it's very much worth it for him. And, oh, they just force it up. They don't even care. That scout was enough to make them decide to just go for the force here. That's interesting.
That's very interesting. This is very much what teams like Hellraisers and NaVi do. Oftentimes with mixed results, but they could definitely make this work. But a lot of it's going to come down to how they hold this initial push.
Well, so far Pro 90 down. Zeus is going to try and take a shot at it. He's going to get overwhelmed, and this is definitely not going Navi's way with this A push. Starks, however, from the side itself, with the B push rather, but Starks from the side itself is actually going to manage to pick up one, gets two at range, but he's the last man alive now, and it's not looking too healthy.
Wow, a lot of speed behind that from ESC, and I think Navi were also expecting that if it was going to be that kind of B push, there'd be a couple of people falling down into the drop zone, and then Cease would have been there to clean them up, or Cease or Suso, where it was. And that just never happened. So overall, ESC just coming out quite a bit on top here.
A fairly convincing round from the Polish team, absolutely. And that leaves Navi in a bad position, to put it quite frankly. ESC are just going to push on with the momentum.
Oh, wow, they're just charging in here, not really leaving anything to chance at all. Minis going to pick up 2 kills. And it's down to Guardian and Edward, and they could really try and go for some exit frags. Be surprised if they didn't, but that's pretty the best they can come up with here. I mean, yeah, this is a little bit like when we were watching my XMG play 3D Max. It just feels like Navi are a little bit unsure about exactly how to hold and where to hold.
That's to be expected if it is a map that they don't play quite a bit. And well, obviously there's only one match recorded of them actually playing Cobblestone. And that's the one game they had versus Dignitas. And Dignitas are not a team that plays Cobblestone too often either, so not really sure how much weight we could put on that.
This is true, this is true. I mean, Cobble is always going to be a gamble. Unless you have a team like my XMG who kind of just keep it as their ace up their sleeve. It's going to be rough to find teams that are truly competent at it. Or on the map, rather. It feels like, I mean, Navi, out of the 2 maps that were initiated before Gamescom, they really favor Overpass. Like, Overpass was the map that they decided to just commit to and put a lot of work into, and Cobblestone was kind of left on the side. We're kind of seeing the results now. They're just getting wrecked right now. But we are seeing the Scar 20. Starks has actually picked up the auto sniper, so let's see if he can actually put it to use.
Random with a really good smoke that we are forced to watch for a little bit longer because apparently that somehow gets a little bit bugged sometimes. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it disappears in a second and we'll be alright. Rallon will pick up the first kill on Zeus, and a little bit of damage put into that grenade. And I mean, right now you see just have the mid control, and Navi are kind of boxing them in, but if they fight their way out, it could end really badly. Look at Seized, he's right on the edge, and Sparrow is going to be the one peeking out quickly to take down Seized. And that's unfortunate. That was an engagement that Navi needed to win.
Flat out. They still do have Starks waiting on the site itself, though. He's going to be hugging behind that pillar as well, so it's really tough to root him out of here. You're going to need to have a perfect shot, but he drops the bomb out in the open, and now Starks, he's in a great position. Second kill, takes out Innocent, and finally Mauzinho can put him down, but he gets 2 kills. This turns it into a 2-on-2 here. Although Guardian does manage to find the angle from Connector to actually stop that bomb from making its way to the site. It's going to be Mauzinho now out in the open, trying desperately to get to the bomb site, and he will just barely manage it.
Could have won that fight with Edward, but doesn't turn out that way. Fairly expensive round from Navi, losing the auto sniper as well. Weren't able to pick it up at the end, but they will win it. It's the first one they have on the board, and now they just need to keep going. ESC also did not get the bomb down, so a little bit less money for the Polish team, which Navi are going to be happy about. Looks like it is going to be another fairly fast round coming out here for the ESC team. Grenade rains in right at the feet, and that's going to be a lot of damage dealt on to Innocent. Starrick picks up 2 kills before Innocent finally takes him down. This is not looking good right now for ESC. They need a lot of counter frags here to actually get into the bomb site.
Yeah, and these smokes are clearing as well. Guardian's already in position with that AWP to cut up Connector towards site. So if that smoke clears, he's going to have a dead shot right there. There's the peek, and he lands the shot on Innocent. Great work there by Guardian. Edward will take out Manize as well. And just like that, Navi are bouncing right back into these rounds. 2 solid rifle rounds from them get the job done here and actually put them on the board with 2.
Well, it seems like this is a recurring theme, man. I don't know if you've been noticing this, but it seems like a lot of terrorist teams, they get out onto the sort of the main plateau right outside the entrance to B.
Yeah,
and then they
stops.
stop. They kind of stop there.
It's kind of like a B rush in apps on Mirage when people have weapons.
Yeah.
Kind of what we saw Epsilon do. You kind of truck your way forward till a certain point, and then you just kind of pulp the brakes. Or pump the brakes, I guess is
Yeah,
the
Slow
right
down
term.
the
Yeah.
brakes.
Yeah, like it's just a full stop.
Stomp
Emergency
on the
brakes
brakes.
on, and there's no movement at all. And that doesn't really work out for you in most cases.
God. Oh, the follow-up grenade. That's 2 almost perfect grenades to bring Innocent and Rallen down to 1 and 7 health respectively. That's super effective.
Yeah, that's unreal. Rollin, he should be gone right now. 1 HP, Innocent down to 7. I mean, they're still alive. That's the problem. So NaVi don't know how effective those nades really were. They just know that there are still bodies on the site or on this map, and the ESC is still maintaining that man advantage. Looks like ESC this time around want to change it up as well. They're heading over towards the A site. Seized in an interesting position, however, holding very close to mid. This could potentially catch ESC off guard.
He's waiting patiently. He needs to pick up this kill. Can't afford to lose it. Mouse is going to take him down, so it doesn't work out. That's horrendous. Edward hiding all the way back in a position where Forrest once was so effective with a Mag 7 instead, and they haven't checked for Edward. He's going to peek out. He takes both of them down. They get surprised, and now it's going to be a 2-on-2 with 10 seconds left, and there's nothing that Minis can do, I think, to come out of this one, unfortunately. He's going to go down, and Edward with the triple kill. Great positioning. Really, really powerful.
Very patient play as well. I think a lot of players would have opted to run out and start gunning when Starix, I think it was Starix, either Suze or Starix jumped down from the balcony area to try to take on any comers coming in from the A apps, really, or the side halls there. Instead, Edward just keeps his cool, remains on the site, and it pays off in a big way. I think he picked up 3 kills.
Yes, eventually. Guardian having his own personal shooting gallery down the middle, sponsored by ESC members, just feeding themselves, and Edward will pick up another triple kill, just spraying down the incoming eco push from ESC all the way over at the long corridor by the A bomb site there. So 4-on-4 now being the scoreline, and we're just heading into the 9th round. A double up setup coming out from ESC. They're serious about challenging Guardian and Starix here.
Yeah, T-side, that's really interesting. Not sure if we've seen this very often, if at all. So now double op play. We're going to see if they can actually find an angle to work with here. Innocent getting very close to drop down. Room seized is waiting on the other side. In the meantime, it's going to be 4 guys holding B site solid here for NaVi. So they're ready and waiting for ESC, but Innocent still manages to get the kill on Seized. Seized really not having a whole lot of luck when it comes to entries this game.
Oh, and take a look towards A-apps here. This could end badly for Guardian if he's not. Oh, he might get caught out here.
Oh, but he gets the better timing on Sparrow, and it's going to be down to a 3-on-4 here. They're not in great positions on the NaVi side, but at least they're at the bomb site. Edward hiding in the corner, and wants to make it out. Almost got caught then. That was scary. Zeus lines them up, and he does a tremendous amount of damage to Minis and Innocent, but he will still go down. And this retake, how are they going to possibly get in here?
His Guardian. Nice flash, though. That's going to create an opening, and ESC can dart across and actually get to that bomb site. Guardian, he's been really holding this angle solidly, but that was some good teamwork there by ESC to allow them to get that bomb plant down. And now they can actually maintain the man advantage, although Edward, he somehow finds Manai's peeking.
I think, was Edward mid-air when he landed that shot?
I think that was, yeah. Disgusting is the right word?
It's pretty good, right? Pretty good. I think NaVi have realized now that unless somehow ESC show themselves, it's not much of a way to get into that bomb site. So Edward's going to pick up the AWP and just wants to make a run for it. And I'm not sure they can catch him. If he keeps running, he should be alright here. So another round going in favor of ESC, and I think that's where I think now NaVi kind of have to really stop them. I think if they win more than 5 rounds on the terror side, that's too much, I think, for NaVi to handle. So shut it down is the goal here, I think.
Yeah, and I'm actually
Scar 20.
the issue I'm having, or what I don't like about this map, is the fact that we don't see it enough to actually make educated, or to have educated opinions on whether or not what's a good T side.
Yeah.
If this had been old Cobble, 5 rounds would have been the T half of this. But with the changes that Valve have made to the map and the possibility for quick rotations and how different the bomb sites are and whatnot, who's to say that this isn't very doable for NaVi to get back into? Even though I don't think teams have played it enough simply to
No.
to really be good on the T side. And maybe ESC have done that, or maybe NaVi have done that for all we know.
Yeah, well, I think you're right, essentially. But going off the data we have so far, it definitely feels like, 10-5 is like a pretty common scoreline. It feels like whenever a terrorist team gets above that, things start to get ugly. But you probably can play this map quite effectively, even more effectively than that on the terror side if you know what you're doing. So only a couple of teams we've even seen who've like put in, set smokes outside of a bomb site, for instance.
NaVi with the crosshair right there, and I'm surprised that they actually have to move out because Rallen clearly knew that StarX was sitting in the position he was in.
Yeah, that was a very, very slow round from ESC, and NaVi just winning the engagements at every turn here. Mouse, 1-on-3, trying to take the fight. He's got the bomb. If he had won that fight, maybe he could have made the crossover. Guardian from the back line shows up, and that's going to be the end of it. So back to 5-5, and not quite enough money here on ESC to make the buy.
Yeah, this is where they start to run out of steam, really. They're starting to get into that eco hell. So... But then, at the same time, they've got to be feeling pretty good about themselves, I think it's pretty much like baseline. If you can get 5 rounds on T side, this is definitely going to be they should be pretty pleased with how things have progressed so far. So now they're going to have a couple more buy rounds left in this half. If they can get a 6th round on the board, this is it. ESC could really give NaVi a run for their money here. NaVi, however, they cannot get overwhelmed, and Zeus is right on the edge. He manages to dart back through the smoke just in time to stay alive, and Seized will drop the bomb carrier here. So ESC now in a bit of a tight spot.
Oh, Seized did go down, but I think you're right. They are still in a pretty bad spot. They've lost a lot of health as well, and Mouse and Sparrow, I'm not sure they can easily make it out of here.
Oh, Mouse. Trying, and he's going to get StarX. Runs out of bullets, though. He had the right idea, however. Edward just barely dodging death there. He was about to run into some sick pre-fire.
P250 is enough to take down Edward, so at least some good economic damage is being put out here from ESC, but winning the round is a different matter, and they're not going to be able to do that. So 6-5 as NaVi finally take the round lead, as they definitely should be able to here. Lots of AKs all around on ESC. They did not want to go for another save to try and get up to AWPs or anything like that. They feel confident that the AKs are going to be enough, and they have had some success with some fast B rounds, although this one is not going to be one of them. As you can kind of tell, Rallen with a smoke here. Where is it going to land? All the way. So that's actually pretending to be a B-rush. This is cool from ESC. Guardian spots them out early, though, and in the middle, Seized goes down. Guardian falls next. Edward flashes his way into middle to pick off Rallen. Can he get a little bit more? He misses that first shot. Could have taken down Innocent. And now the situation is somewhat stabilized.
Somewhat, until Sparrow manages to find Zeus, and then it just goes south again. He's going to be able to spot out Edward as well, but Edward is indomitable this map. He picks up another frag. 2 for him this round. Menai's and Innocent are fairly low as well, but problem is, NaVi, they're nowhere to be found on the B site. ESC, they've sniffed this out, and they're heading to the perfect bomb site for the plant.
Yeah, this is looking so good here for the Polish team. They even have the smokes left to try and block NaVi out, which is going to make it so hard. Edward almost made it through, but the flashbang is going to keep him back, and now he's going to wait a little bit for StarX to show up. Are they really going to attempt it?
It's looking likely here. If they can find a kill fairly quickly, it might be all the opportunity they need, but no. ESC playing it very carefully, not giving NaVi an early frag, and that pretty much forces NaVi's hand. Rather than try and get in there and see what they can do, NaVi decided to play it safe and hold on to their rifles, which is pretty much the right call, especially because Edward can actually make it back here and pick up an op for Guardian. But just to highlight it right now, Edward's sitting on 15-0-4. That's the level he's at right now. That's pretty impressive.
He's definitely pulling his weight for his team. And, well, he has been able to do a pretty good job once they've gone towards the bomb site. The issue has been more towards B as of right now. And one of the issues NaVi is having is that they're not able to get enough members from ESC down. Because being a man down and trying to retake that B bomb site, that's just the most horrifying nightmare you can ever think of as a CT.
Well, here comes the fast B push once again, and they are going to have to see if they can do it this time. We have been noticing that it's a little bit of a weak defense over here, and they do just trade the kills pretty early on as Mouse comes in with a really good double. Zeus is trapped somewhere in the middle connector, and he's going to try and fight his way out, but he runs right into Menai's, who picks up 2 kills, leaving Guardian all alone. So It's almost like we staged this, because just as we were talking about the lack of defense over at B, Mouse or ESC, they managed to do that.
Yeah, now they're clearly struggling with defending that B bomb site, and I'm not really sure what they can do to change that, because they are focusing heavily on that site as well. They're leaving Guardian most of the time alone. Whenever he has an op, they leave him alone on the A bomb site to push out aggressively and get information as quickly as possible, while they stack up with 4 people towards B. So I'm not really sure if it's coming down to the fact that ESC have really well placed smokes and flashes, or if it's just NaVi not being able to hit their shots.
Oh, Mouse through the smoke. He just pre-fires it, and Zeus walks right into it. So this is a force-up round, essentially, from NaVi, and if they lose it, not going to be fun at all. Guardian with a good flick expected there onto Minis. That should be a kill that he should land every time, basically. Sphero is going to take him down. Guardian falls. Seized will take down Sphero right afterwards, and then he's going to leave them in a 3-on-3. So they do still have Starix over here, and he might be the one guy keeping them alive if ESC go for the B-bomb site.
This is on a bit of a timer as well, because Edward's working his way back through into the apartments here, so he's going to be flanking ESC eventually. So ESC, they're going to walk in, they spot out Starix, or at least Starix spots Mouse. Nice nade out of Starix, that was a full combo right on told. But there's the perfect timing from Edward. The backstab works out magically, and that's it. 7-7 now, Edward just coming in at the right time to save his team.
A very important round, obviously. Double up being picked up by ESC currently, but how much money do they have for the rest of the team? Doesn't feel like it's that impressive, but they might be alright anyway here.
They do get an okay buy him in that. And I is picking up Guardian as well, doesn't hurt. And this is the last round of the first half, so it's pretty much buy whatever you can and hope that's enough.
Over on long. Edward trying to take a bit of a fight, but not really connecting all too much. And currently it's the man advantage for ESC. They got plenty of time. They're waiting, and their patience is repaid as Zeus wanted to take a peek in there, and Rallen is going to be able to take him down. And now they might swing back around to A if they can keep this up. Rallen might be about to eat a grenade. Oh, right in his face, but it doesn't kill him. It flies right past. That must have been a scary moment.
That's that. I hope that he threw that from up close, otherwise I'm screwed moment. Damn, perfect timing for Rollin, and now potentially could get the drop on Starix here. Starix, he spots him out though, gets a good angle, manages to find the frag, but they lose seized at the main set at the same time here. So now NaVi down a man. Look at Edward though, he's still alive on this site once again. This time around, however, they try and be thorough, they try and check the angle, but Edward gets the kill just the same.
Yeah, but now that buys time for Starix. Edward is playing this smartly. He's just waiting. He knows they kind of have to go for this bomb site. There's not enough time for them to run anywhere else. Starix going to jump down, kills the bomb carrier, and that's the round 1 right there. Starix with a great triple kill. Edward ending up with 18 kills in just 15 rounds. Pretty impressive. That's going to take us into the second half, and NaVi, at least towards the end, they managed to stabilize somewhat. Could have been much worse.
Are we seeing basically a lack of experience from NaVi on the map? I think that's got to be the main difference maker here. Because Edward, or is it like, has Edward, spent some time DMing on Cobble? Is that why he's got a bit of an edge here? Because it doesn't really seem like NaVi are firing on all cylinders right now. It feels like a couple of them are out of whack, and that's kind of dragging the machine to a halt.
Maybe it's Edward somehow coming back and remembering his 1.6 career and Cobblestone and all that stuff, or not Cobblestone back then, but just Cobble, and maybe he's having flashbacks, like moments where he's taken back to that extreme level that he had in 1.6, and sometimes still finds in Global Offensive. Maybe that's the sort of thing going on. Oh, grenade rains in. It is the second round coming up here. It's the first map in this best of 3 here at the ESL Pro League, and ESC doing a good job defending initially. Mouse and Minis coming up with a good kill, but right now the bomb is going to go down from Zeus here. But ESC are fighting back.
And Malzinho manages to take out Guardian, and this is going to open things up. Good position by Seized. He could potentially catch them off guard as they have to try and run in here and check these angles. Malzinho's going to spot him out, however. Seized connecting with the shot, but he's the last man alive here for NaVi. 1v2. He has to live, and he's not going to manage it. Menaiz and Sparrow managed to overwhelm him in the end, and ESC get that perfect start here in the second half. That is a real problem for NaVi, because NaVi have to realize they're in the doghouse right now. They need to get the pistol to at least get a bit of a chance at running it back here in the second half, but ESC just obliterate them here. And now, what are we looking at? ESC could potentially run away with this half.
They have all the ingredients to make this work. They just need to put them together, and it's going to be all right. But NaVi, they've surprised us before on this map, and maybe they could do it again. We also don't really know how good ESC are going to be on the CT side. Maybe they're going to be just as confused and uncoordinated.
Right now, they are set up to hold off this eco push from NaVi pretty handedly. And doing it so far, Innocent picks up Seized as well on the other side of the map, and Edward all to himself with the bomb. And I'm not really sure what the idea for NaVi was at that in that eco round. Maybe they just wanted to get it over with, but you had two people pushing the apartments, the one guy pushing towards B, one kinda pushing towards mid, and then the bomb just hanging out in their own side of mid. So it doesn't really seem like there was some sort of concerted effort to go towards a single bomb site or get the bomb down or anything like that. So that's a tiny bit worrying.
Guardian gonna peek in, and he does take down Menaiz. This is a good start here. Now that ESC do finally have rifles, that's exactly what they need. Sparrow waiting close to the middle. Are they gonna check the corner if they even come through? Seized is making sure that they're not getting backstabbed, and NaVi seem to be putting a little bit more emphasis on the A side of the map, whereas ESC were pretty happy to go to B a lot of the rounds.
I'm looking at Sparrow right now, though. This guy, he could be in a prime position right here. Do they come through this doorway? Does Zeus take that extra step? They're playing this so carefully right now, NaVi. A real patience game, and the bomb is slowly working its way back towards B site right now, so this could be a golden opportunity here for NaVi to try and crack in here very quickly. Innocent is pretty much the point man here for ESC as far as stopping this NaVi push that's about to come through.
There's Sparrow finally going to be taking down Zeus, but it might have been a tad bit too late, because you're right. All the way at the back of that site, Innocent is the guy holding. Now, Mouse is sort of close, but he has a P90. The rotation is coming in quick, though. Look at ESC. They're wise to what's going on. They realize that NaVi is going to be coming for this B bomb site. 20 seconds left. All classic NaVi style here. Rallen, Innocent, Rallen again, and it's down to Edward. 1-on-3. He jumps in. Action-packed style, but he's out of time. All ESC have to do is wait, and they'll win the round regardless. So NaVi being punished for a style that they use almost on every map on the terror side.
Innocent's position, man. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. No, yeah. Innocent's position was really solid, but I think if there's one map that really doesn't lend itself to Navi's playstyle, it's Cobble. Because you have to commit to a bomb site so early. It's so easy to spot you out before you actually can get to a bomb site. So you have a lot of ground to cover before you actually get to a bomb site. So now you have to take that into consideration. If you want to go 20 seconds before the time runs out, and that's when you enter the B bomb site, you're going to have to make up so much ground and cover so many angles in way too little time and actually get the bomb down and at the same moment. So I'm not really sure if this bodes well for the Ukrainian team.
I'm not 100% behind it either. I really love Innocent's position as well, though. Way back there with the silencer as well. They had no idea where they were getting shot from. So that's just really nasty. But now NaVi trying to work their way in through connector here. Edward manages to pick up one, but it's basically going to be Zeus trying to do something with that P250. He'll take one kill, but ESC do manage to catch them out in the end and keep 3 guys alive. So a pretty clean anti-eco there for the Poles.
Not bad, not bad. I mean, generally speaking, I would say ESC are well in the driver's seat. They seem to have more of a grasp of what's going on, even on the CT side, which is one of the questions we had going into this game. Is, all right, they did display some pretty cool stuff on the terror side. Was their CT side going to be as good? And it feels like, yeah, they have some good rotations. They have a good read of what NaVi are doing, and that's going to put them in a good position. Although, saying that, maybe I've cursed him because Innocent got the 1 kill, then he went down, and NaVi did what we were talking about earlier right here. They get out onto the main plateau, and then they stop, and that's going to buy so much time. Now, ESC are coming in here, headshot straight onto Guardian, seized with a good return. Next in line, Rallen falls, and it's down to Minis and Sparrow. Sparrow going to go down, and Minis now, they are going to put the bomb down. And retaking this site is going to be so tough.
Yeah, we were talking about how little time NaVi have to act. Now just imagine you're in Miniz's position, he doesn't have a kit, and then Starks just casually shoots you in the face. No time for him to react. The job was done. It's when you get down to it, there you go. NaVi managed to get through.
Wow. I don't know what happened then.
That wow moment, right?
Even though they did get the round and they managed to get onto the side, I don't think that's something they can bank on doing every single round. I think more often than not, ESC are going to be able to get more kills out of that, and at worst, you're going to see one of the remaining ESC, or the one remaining ESC member being in a 1v1 instead of a 2v1, and that makes it so much easier for him to maneuver around. But I guess, yeah, if you're NaVi, you're happy about getting around at all up till this point, because it hasn't been really that close before that previous round.
No, I agree. It's looking a little bit tricky. I'm glad that NaVi have at least switched away from their really, really slow style. I mean, this time they were in the bomb site for fairly quickly, especially by NaVi standards. So obviously they learned from that one round where time simply ran out for them. If they can just keep that up, I think that's their best chance. As long as they don't revert back to the really slow style. Though it is an eco round coming out mostly from ESC, although Sparrow has picked up a Nova shotgun.
It's a solid pickup. I think Sam agrees with that.
Manly.
But it's without a skin.
Even better. Just pulling a fetish.
It's so pure.
Question is, I mean, where does he actually play this from? Really close. This could be nasty.
It's a nice idea. Unfortunately for them, though, NaVi, as they have done previously, they have seemed to favor the A site more than the B site.
Look at Rallen. Please knife. Please knife. He's going for it. He stabs, seized, and steals the AK. Beautiful stuff there from Rallen. That couldn't have gone any better. And even more importantly, they now realize there's nobody else on that side of the map. So now we have kind of been found out. Now there's an AK and a Nova shotgun. And also Innocent waiting inside the bomb site. This could get interesting.
Yeah, I kind of wish that Innocent had the Nova, though. Just because Sparrow has to get up so close to make that weapon effective. So, I mean, he's hoping, crossing his fingers, somebody's going to try and walk in front of Connector. That's just not going to happen. It's all going to be down to Innocent now. P250 in hand. And Innocent and Mauzinho do big damage here. Innocent's now got an AK. He can lock down this site.
Waiting in the corner. Edward very low on health there. Trying to bang through that tiny wood panel that's currently covering him, which is not that great. Sparrow is going to take him down, and now it's all on Guardian here. 1-on-3, and they all peek him at the same time. Innocent comes up with a double. Great play from ESC. What a round. That was beautiful. Anytime you get to knife someone from NaVi, you know you're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, and Rallen must have had the timing of the year. He's asking where did you come from?
Yeah, Poland. Oh, that's so good.
That was good.
It's a perfect answer.
It's like a dad joke right there.
That really is. Oh, well, Minis is going to be taking down both Guardian and Sousa in the middle. It's an eco round from NaVi. ESC doing a wonderful job at the moment. I just suddenly developed like a slightly bigger appreciation for Rallen here. That's a really good answer.
Straight. Deadpan as well. Perfect timing, perfect execution. 5-5.
Yeah.
Or what is that? 8-8.
Yeah.
Yeah, wood rate 8-8. 8 out of 8.
All right. Well, go ahead.
Just picking up those 2 kills in the drop zone, no problem at all. So yeah, 9-13. It's a 4-round lead. Can probably be closed by NaVi if they can force an eco, which is not impossible. It's a good bank on Rallen and Innocent, but yeah, this is a winnable situation for NaVi probably, but they don't seem to have much of a plan as to how to win it, and that's obviously going to be an issue.
Right now, it seems like their plan has to be Edward. Edward do stuff, and after that, I mean, he's sitting on 25 frags. So he's clearly doing a lot for Navi, even though they haven't gotten that many rounds here on the T side. So yeah, their slow push towards A has not been working out. They've just been picked apart one by one. And but if one of the 2 quick rounds they've had towards B has worked out, but again, I don't think that's something they can bank on working.
Okay, do they have any idea that Manize is up here in the house?
I don't think so. And what I actually realized is that when Manize goes up there really quickly, you can actually hear what's going on in the connector that's right next to him. So he heard them sort of running about. That's something you got to be careful about if you're on the terrorist side. That's a nice pickup from Manize there to take that instant kill.
And now Rollin. Oh, this could be a great one too.
Goes for it. They line up, and he takes all 3 kills just like that. He didn't even need the flashbang. That's what I thought as well, Semlon, that he was going to get flashed in by Manize and then go for the instant peek, but he just did it all on his lonesome. 14-9. Convincing stuff coming out right now for the Polish team. They are playing really well, and they've been playing really well for a long time. This is not just like a one-time freak occurrence that ESC is fighting NaVi.
No, ESC are definitely playing really well. And it seems like NaVi are going back to the one thing that previously worked, but they don't really have the guns for it.
Oh, that's a perfect timing for that Molotov as well. That's a really sad time for NaVi. Just as they start to make their way in, Molotov goes down, stops them cold. Scar 20 is there to shred them to bits, and ESC now sitting on map point here in this best of 3. This is looking very good for the Poles. I mean, clearly their map, it's just going their way. This is the perfect start here for this.
Ah, yes, and we did just get stuck in the smoke cam again. I think it's
no way. What is going on?
I think it's when you hold it down for a little bit too long somehow. It just gets stuck. I don't know exactly how it works, but
do you have to just tap it? Maybe just like tap and then there you go. It'll just
Smash
lock
on
on
the keyboard.
Always
Works.
I've tried a couple of different things to make it work, but I think currently there's no solution for it. I do love Manize's position over here, but there's a lot of people waiting for him. They are going to fall back, but if they had actually rushed him down, that could have been a little bit scary. Auto sniper on Sparrow all the way back, but it feels like it's maybe going to be a B push, in which case it's Mouse and Innocent who are going to be put to the test, and they're in some tough positions, because if they push, Mouse really won't be able to help out Innocent, and Innocent certainly can't help out Mouse, so this could be interesting. He could get stuck here, Mouse.
Both of them can, actually. This is a bit awkward.
They're spread very thin.
Oh, what was that?
He jumped. That was definitely not an intentional jump. I think that's
Was
the
that the
panic.
intelli jump?
That's the intelli jump, yeah. Oh, that sucks, because he could have pretty picked up a couple of more kills there. But the auto sniper, Sparrow coming into play, and Mouse waiting at the back here. They are going to be able to pick up the kill on Edward as well, leaving it up to Zeus. He goes down. Rallon holding down Mouse 1 and winning the map 16-9. Edward ended up top fragging at 26, but close by is Mouse as well, and an interesting scenario here. Very exciting thing, in fact, that they managed to do so well on this map.
And apparently, Innocent is using the SteelSeries rival,
I was
which
wondering.
has a similar thing with a weird mouse wheel.
Well, that's how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. So leading into the second map is in fact going to be onto
Overpass.
Mirage.
No, Mirage. Yeah.
Yeah, Mirage is the second map, and that's interesting because it's actually both teams are pretty much really, really good on this map. NaVi probably a little bit better, but ESC, it is one of their strongest maps, so don't underestimate them. We will go to a quick break before we get into it. It will be about... Actually, before we do that, we should definitely just take a look at this. Since we do have it, there's no reason for us not to do it. Just to try and get an idea what's going on here. Edward, not really the headshots that were the most impressive, but he just was very effective. It's 26 to 13. That's a kill death ratio of 2. That's really unlikely that you can get up that high. That's really cool. Not sure about the heat map. ESC seemed to have a little bit more action towards the B side of the map, but then we didn't play exactly the same amount of rounds either, so who knows how that really works out. Going into the break, guys, it's going to be about 5 minutes, so don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a few minutes.